Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me on my channel. This is Dora, the Fluid Crafter, and we are doing our altered book series still. And we have finished, for the most part, the inside of the book. Now, I still have not done this page, the front side, or this, because I'm still contemplating on what I would like to be seen on the front side. I want the front side to kind of correspond with what's going to be on the cover, so I kind of am still thinking on that. If you guys already have what you guys want to put on yours, by all means go for it. So in this video, I want to do pockets, belly bands, things like that, of where we're going to be placing them before we start adding in the thickness of the embellishments and all that good stuff. So we are going to be doing pockets, belly bands, tuck spots, and things of that nature. Okay, so this first page, now I want to do some laces on this one. So I'm not going to add a pocket. This one has a pocket made into the side. So when we start making our ephemera and journaling cards and things like that, we can tuck them into here. On this back side, I want to leave this plain. I really like how this turned out. Don't want to cover it up. Now this one has a side pocket, and it's really deep. So what I want to do is I want to add a little pocket down on the bottom. And so I was thinking that because I printed these out on regular printer paper, and I wanted to have a little sturdiness at the bottom here. I really like that lace in these words, so I want to take this and I want to thicken it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, and now this is not very thick. This is the, let me actually get a clean sheet. I was embossing on that. These are the big index cards, but they're the blank ones. They're the ones without the lines. You can get them fairly cheap, and you can get ones that are really thick, but I chose to get the ones that are not super heavy duty thickness, because I didn't want to bulk it up too much right away, because I want to add embellishments and things like that to my project. So I am just going to place this down onto the index card just to give it a little bit of thickness, and then I'm going to cut it out around it or use the rip roller, which is what I'm going to do now. So let me grab that. I'm just going to line it up on the edge of the paper. And then I'm just going to tear it off. Like so. Okay. So now I have my backing onto this. And then when I'm done, I'll ink around it. Now I've already inked on all of my pages. I use the vintage photo to do so. So let's get this down. Let me get my book pages here. Move my ruler. And that's, okay, there we go. That works a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Now we're not up on a hump. And I'm just going to line this up the best that I can. If it's a little bit off, it's okay. As long as the majority of it is on that backing. Okay, so as you know, when you glue, it likes to fold up. And so what we want to do before it does that is we want to ink it and glue it down to the page so that it stays flat as it's drying. I put my lid back on my glue. Okay, and so now I am going to just put that right there, like so. And I'm going to use my Eileen's tacky glue. I like putting it in these little bottles with this tip, and I cut it at an angle, and it comes out a little less than what it does in those big bottles. And so I'm going to turn this sideways so I can see what I'm putting. Wait, okay, yes. Make sure that you're gluing the right sides. And I've got my heater on. It is super cold out right now. I'm just kind of smearing it as I'm putting it on here. This is why I like these at an angle too. It allows me to do that. I'm just going to line it up. Like that. I'll press down the bottom first. And then I'm going to press down the sides. Just going to hold that down for a moment. And this is the part that takes the longest for me, because you know you have to use the wet glue for the pockets instead of the glue stick, and so it takes a little bit longer for it to glue on, but that's okay. And I just kind of keep pushing it down and whatnot. And then I turn the page to make sure that all the pieces are going to stay down. And they're not going to shift or anything. Okay. And that looks good. Okay, so now we need to figure out where we want our next pocket, because this is one. Okay, and so that turned out really well on the bottom of those flowers. The little flowers look like they're coming out of the pocket. Looks really cool like that, I think. Okay, so now I don't want one on the back because you've got two here on the front. Now what I might do on this is I might add a flip out or maybe an envelope a little bit later, but as of right now, no pockets or belly bands. So since we have a pocket on this page, and we don't want one on this page, and like I said, as I'm doing my book, I just keep rubbing it and working it so it doesn't get stiff. This one here is a top pocket, and this side I do want to add a flip out because there's nothing here on the side that's keeping me from doing that. And so I do want to put a flip out on that side. This one here has the butterflies. So this one here, I do want to add a pocket on. And I'm thinking about adding a pocket right up against this back side to cover that up, or maybe a corner pocket that goes down and have the butterflies coming out, kind of like on the other one. So let's see what we can find for this. Let me move this out of the way. And I do have scraps, so I would like to use some of the scraps that I have. I need a bigger piece here. That's so pretty, isn't it? But I'm thinking I would have to cut most of that off, so don't want to use that. That's not quite right. This one here might work. Will that blend? No. See, you got to find the right pages, the right blends. At least for me, when I'm doing one, that one might look really pretty. Down the corner. Or even as a side. And this is, you know, when you're thinking about it, sometimes it can take a bit for you to find that right piece to kind of go inside that. That one might be really pretty to put in there. It's got the hanging flowers. It looks really nice. The colors match. Okay, I think I'm going to use this piece. And I'm going to cut off this edge here because I am going to do a side pocket instead of a corner. And I'm just going to use this as reference. Yes, that's tall enough. Okay. I'm just going to put my book up and see just about where I want to place it. Make sure it's not, yeah, a couple of those butterflies you can still see. That's good. And not a belly band though, because then we would cover them all. I think we'll have to do a corner. I think we are going to have to do a corner piece because I just like those butterflies too much. Okay, so let me see here. Well, this one has butterflies on it. Would that be too much? I think that might be too many butterflies. Okay, let's see. Oh, that might work. That might work. I would have to cut off most of that flower. I could keep that and just do there. So let's see. Yeah. All right, let's get that trimmed down and let's see how it looks after. Oh yeah, that looks better. That looks a lot better. I do like that because it tones down some of the back and brings in some of the whites. I do like that a lot. I really, really do. Okay, so, and because this one here is going in the crease, I'm not going to back it on anything because I want it to bend very nicely. So I am going to do something different. I am going to use, excuse me, I'm going to use glue stick here so that it bends very nicely. And then around the bottom, I am going to use the liquid glue. And so I'm going to put the liquid glue on first. I'm not going to use the Eileen's this time. Put that back upside down. I'm going to use my Scotch. It doesn't dry as fast as the Eileen's. Like so. And then I'm just going to take my glue stick and I'm just going to rub it up the side here. You'll still have plenty of space to tuck in your things once you get it down. So that's not, you know, a big deal. So let me place this inside the crease. And I did not ink it, but too late now, right? Too late now. Learn from your mistakes. And I'm just going to push it down. And then pull it over. Like so. Bottom. And now we have a corner pocket on the bottom, and not a big one, just a small one that tucks in right here, and it's wide opened. I did not glue down this section so that you could tuck, you know, a lot of things in there, which I think is wonderful. And I'm just going to pull this a little bit just to kind of give it that so it turns better. Do we need more glue up here? I think we do. Here in the corner. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now we have a bottom pocket, and then we have a corner pocket. This one here is on the side. I want to leave no pocket here. Maybe a belly band later, but not right now. And then I'll leave that one. I'm just working the pages. They do get stiff after you glue them down. And then this one here has another corner, so I was thinking maybe we could do a corner this way on this one. Yes. And we have a piece left over here. Just a little tuck, you know, nothing extravagant. I think that actually looks really nice there. And so I'm just using up my scraps. Now on this side, I can use just my wet glue. I don't have to use my glue stick on this one because it's flowing nicely. I'm not sure. I think I'm out of frame here. And so I'm just taking this piece here and kind of, And it's just the cutoff of the other one that we used, which fits perfectly. So we're going to use that one. Let's see here. It's going to get that way. Yep. Yep, I hate it when it moves. Gotta hold it down. There we go. Like so. Okay. This one here I'm leaving open as well. I want to do maybe well, actually we could probably do a belly band there. Yes, let me see here. Let's see if we can find something to do a belly band with. I do have some longer pieces in here that I think would look nicely as a belly band. Even this piece that is the side decoration here. And I do have some die cuts that are belly bands that would actually look really nice over top of that. So let's see here. No, I don't like the belly band there. I don't like the belly band there. I'm thinking of maybe doing something different on that page. Okay. Okay, I like this page here. Don't want to cover that up. This one here. And you can always go back and add pages also. So, and this here's a side pocket, and so maybe we could do a belly band here. This is a dark page, so I was thinking maybe put something light across the top just to kind of give it a different feel. Let me see if I have something that's a little lighter and there we go, maybe that'll work. Yes, and then you can write right on top of that if you wanted to. Take off those white edges. I think that would be nice. And even if you put a die cut over top of it or something, that would also look good. I think that would look good there. Okay, so let's do the belly band on that one. Okay, and so let's see. Let's do it this way. And I think I'm going to use the Eileen's on this one because it's a belly band, so I want to make sure that it stays down nice and good. So I'm folding it up just to kind of see where I want it. I think that is good right there. I'm just tapping it down so it doesn't move on me. Just give it a good squeeze. Don't want a bunch of that coming out of the sides. Okay, and there we have a belly band. So I think that looks really nice with that crow right there. Kind of lightens it up a little bit, but at the same time, it also kind of gives it a depth. And then we'll come back and decorate also. Don't forget. Okay, so we have a belly band there. Don't want to cover up this one here. We could do another bottom pocket. Let's do another bottom pocket here. And this one we will back on. And I'm thinking of using, nope, no. Let me find, we've got a bunch of small pieces down here, so I want to get a bigger piece. This is also words. I'm trying to find a longer piece. To kind of, ooh, we could use this one to bring out those other colors. Yes, ma'am. So we'll get right there. Yes. That looks great. And it also has a little rose down here on the bottom. So that's actually wonderful. Okay, and so now I'm just going to line this up. Okay, there we go. That works for me. Okay, now let's get some glue on this. And I'm up on that again. There we go. Okay, now let's do our inking before we forget this time. Okay. I cleaned my desk off, but yeah. Okay, and so now we need to put that like that. It might be a little bit too big on that side. I'm going to have to trim it. So I'm just going to do it really quick with my scissors. Okay, yes, that works better. Okay, now let's get us our Eileen's glue. Okay, so that's the top. And I'm going to put a nice amount on just the sides of this one because of the way the pages roll. I want to ensure that it, it stays stuck down as the pages bend, because this is an altered book, not a regular one that we create ourselves that we can play with before it's in the book. Just going to hold that down a moment. Sometimes it helps if you close the book. I'm sorry if I'm shaking you guys. Okay. And sometimes it's a pain in the butt. Sometimes you just gotta hold it down for a little while. And that's okay. I hope you guys are having a wonderful beginning of your week. I know that I am. I am a little discouraged at the moment, but that's okay. I'm trying to get my mojo back up. As you guys know, I got the Gemini electric die cut machine for Christmas, and well, I had issues with it when I first got it, and so I called to have a replacement sent to me, and they said okay, and so they sent me a return label for the first one. Okay, and that one I think will be good to turn the page with, like that. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my big binder clips here, just to hold this together, just so that way it does not come apart like that. Okay, that works for me. Okay, and then we did that side. Don't want to cover this. I think we are going to maybe put a top corner piece on this one, maybe a top piece. Well, this has got a top here, but that's okay. We can do something different. Maybe put a top corner up there. Okay, so anyways, so I returned it and I waited for them to send me a replacement, and I got the replacement yesterday, and the replacement was unfortunately a used machine that was previously returned by somebody else in Ohio. I mean, they didn't even take it out of the box and check it, or you know how like when you ship something to someone, it has your labels on it, right? Okay, well, sometimes we reuse those boxes and we just cover up the labels. Okay, well, this box was a return item for the same Gemini that was returned back to the company. And instead of taking it even out of the box, they just covered up the labels and shipped it to me. Now, this is Crafter's Companion. I like Crafter's Companion, but this is really, I don't know, it just really left a sour taste in my mouth that they would ship me something that has been previously used. The plates were scuffed, were marked. They had fingerprints all over them. They had some type of oily residue on them. I mean, you could tell that they've been used with dies and embossing folders, and it was just so disheartening, and it left a really bad taste in my mouth. And so I just called them and asked them for a refund. And so they gave me a refund and apologized. But now, I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually going to get that, or if I'm going to maybe look into getting a big shot. I know it's a hand crank one, and that's okay. But I want something that's, one, it's going to work, and two, it's not sent to me that someone else has previously used. I just, I don't think that was very nice by any means. So, yeah, that's how my couple of days have been going. I hope you guys are having a better couple of days than me. Okay, so I want to use this one. Not all of it, but I'm just kind of looking here at where I need to cut it, or trim it, I should say. Okay. And then we're just going to go at an angle, corner to corner, if we can. We can use that one for another page because it's also a corner piece. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I need to take a little bit off of this edge here. Not much, just a little. Yeah. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice. You can still see the wording from the other page. I know it might be a little bit dark, sorry. You can still see the birdie down here at the bottom and all the other vibrant colors. And this just adds in some more text and some lighter textures. Kind of flows in with the page before it, which is really nice. Okay, so let's get this inked up. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, if you guys want to leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. I have a Spellbinders, but the rollers inside of it are getting really weak. It's an older model. It's the Grand Caliber, but it's probably, oh, I don't even know. It's an older machine. So the rollers are starting to slip as I'm cranking, which is not a good thing. Don't know how to fix it. Don't know how much it would cost to fix it, but I do like my Spellbinders. The only bad thing about the Spellbinders is you can't put the bigs dies in it. You can't put the bigs in it. Now I do have a Sizzix hand press, one of the original die cutters, but some of the Tim Holtz dies doesn't fit in it. They're just a little bit too tall or a little bit too wide, and so you know, I want something that's going to be able to fit my Biggs dies and my Sizzix dies, you know, the red ones. Inside there, they look like blocks, along with, you know, embossing folders and, you know, mixed media dies, thinlet dies, framelits, you know, all those things. And I just don't want to buy something and then get it and then, you know, of course, it not work the way I was hoping. So I'm kind of hesitant now, you know. But we are getting a refund, so that's always a plus. That's always a plus. And again, I'm just using my Eileen's Tacky Glue. Okay. I put glue across the top of this. Right? So don't do what I do. Right? Easier said than done. Because now I have this hole that I punched out. So sorry you're not going to be able to see it for just a moment. I've got to wipe off the glue where this is going to need to be punched out again. Okay, I think I got it. Hopefully I got all of that. Let me move that down some. Okay, there we go. And before this sticks, let me see if I can punch that little piece out. Yes. Woohoo! Okay, now I can just push it down and not have to worry about it. Sorry guys, I'm out of frame here. And I'm just tapping it down here. I like Eileen's. It sticks really, really well. And it stays tacky for, you know, a little while. So if you need to reposition, you can do that. Just be careful because it will slide if you start pulling and tucking on it. So I think that came out really nice. Yeah, added some little foliage and flowers on there. Very, very nice. And we still got our top pocket, which is nice. I'll go back and ink around that edge. Okay, so now I'm going to take that off and let's check this to make sure that it stayed down all the way. And I do believe it did. Okay. And so we're going to skip these pages and we're going to come over here. I would like to do something on this page here. So let's see. That says plants, and this has plants on it, so maybe a bottom corner tuck on this side. I think that would do a good contrast. Let me just clip off this tip here. It's just a little bit too long. There we go, because I want to get some of this wording behind here. So it's not going to be all the way up against the edge, which is fine. I like for my things to look a little bit different, or, you know, not just ordinary, but just a little different. I think that would look lovely. So let's use up the other side of this corner and put it over there. So yes, if you guys would mind commenting down below and let me know if there is a machine that you guys like that does all of that, if there's even one. I seen one on Maker's Movement that has adjustable rollers that's supposed to adjust to the size. Now, I don't know if that means, you know, like the big dies and things like that. I kind of looked into it, and I think I need to probably look into it a little bit more. But if I want to invest into something like that, you know, it would probably have to be something that's going to allow me, you know, to be able to do that. And let me close this back up. There we go. And so, yeah, that's, you know, kind of what I'm thinking here. Move this stuff out of the way. There we go. Okay, now I want to show you guys also, it doesn't have to thin out your pocket, but if you're using just printer paper, and let's just say, oh my goodness, you ran out of liquid glue. Okay, you ran out of your tacky glue, you ran out of your scotch, or you ran out of your art glitter glue or whatever, and oh my goodness, or you just used up, you know, your last little bit in a video and you didn't realize it. I can show you something that you can do. Okay, if you know, with your pockets at least, when you're doing a big pocket like this, or even a small one, a lot of people think that when you use a glue stick, the glue stick's going to cover up too much. No, you can take your glue stick on the edge of where you just want your pocket to be. Okay, so for instance, let me just make sure this is going that way. So it would be these two corners, these two sides. Okay, you would just put your glue stick on the end, and it works out just fine. You just have to, you know, kind of keep your eye on it of where you actually want your glue, and it would be the same as using a liquid glue. You just have to be a little bit faster because, you know, glue stick dries faster than regular glue, and it holds just the same. And in my opinion, with the glue stick, you guys know I like glue stick, you don't have to fiddle with it as much. Once you lay it down and rub it a couple of times, it's down. You know, and if it's not, you can just pull it back up without ripping and tearing and add more to it. And there, see, now we have another pocket here, and we did that with a glue stick. So you can glue down your items with a glue stick. It doesn't always have to be wet glue. If you run out or if you can't afford to buy any right away, that works also. Okay, so this one I don't want to do anything because I'm going to put some laces and trims around the edges, and I think I want to do maybe a doily pocket or something. So a couple of these pages I do want to do that with. I don't want to cover up the bird. This one I already said I wanted to do that with. There's the owl. Don't want to cover up my owl or my or that. This is the deer. He's up there though, so maybe we could do let's go to the back for a moment. This is a side pocket. We could do something on this one. I'm trying to just kind of give different feels here. Maybe bring in some of that color in the front. We could do that one over there because that's got red. Hold on, we're looking. That one's going to be something different. That looks really lovely too. And this is a side pocket. Where are we at on time? We're at 50 minutes, guys. Okay, so we did a few pockets. And so what I'll do is I'm going to go through my book. I think I'm going to mark the ones that I would like to have pockets with and which ones that I don't want to have pockets on, and maybe belly band or something. Which we could do a belly band on this one. So that way we can keep, you know, a thin belly band. But see, I also want to do some die cutting and things, so I want the belly band to be a good width, but without covering up too much on some of the pages. And here, and we just did this with the glue stick, and you see it's still holding. So, you know, yes, you can use the glue stick if you choose to. If it's easier for you also, if you don't want glue running out the sides and all that good stuff. So, yes, we've got a few pockets and we've got one belly band. I'm just double checking, making sure everything is staying. And, yay, super excited, guys. Looky, it's already starting to boop, 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 boop. Okay, so I'm going to end here. If you guys want to work on some more of your pockets and your belly bands and place them where you would like to be, please do so. I'm going to work on mine, and I'm going to get mine placed where I would like for them to be. And then we will come back when we have all of that done, and we'll start doing our ephemera and our maybe our little fabric clusters or paper clusters and altered paper clips, things like that, to kind of, you know, have that done. So when we start adding journaling cards and our ephemera pieces, we can, you know, attach them in there. The last thing that we'll do in the series is maybe bead dangles or a tassel in the cover of the book. So come back and watch, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon if you'd like to be notified, and I will see you guys again soon. Okay, bye-bye now.